You're in the gym, grinding out sets the way you've always been told, slow and controlled. 3 seconds lowering the bar and 3 seconds pressing it back up. Every rep feels deliberate, focused, like you're really feeling the muscle work. Your form is perfect, and it feels like you're doing everything right. But that slow, comfortable pace is actually holding you back, both in terms of strength and muscle growth. Let's fix that. To understand why, we need to talk about what actually makes muscles grow. Muscle growth comes down to one main thing: mechanical tension. The harder your muscles have to fight against a heavy load, the stronger the signal to grow. This is why lifting heavy weights close to failure is so effective. Your muscles are under high tension and they're being pushed to their limit. Your body has no choice but to adapt. The problem with intentionally slowing down your reps is that it forces you to use lighter weights. Think about it. If you normally bench press 185 pounds for a set of 8 at a normal tempo, there's no way you can still get 8 reps at a 3-second up, 3-second down tempo. You'd probably have to drop to 155 pounds to complete an 8-rep set. And lighter weight means less mechanical tension on your muscles. Less tension means a weaker growth signal. You might feel like you're working harder because the set takes longer, but your muscles are actually experiencing less of the stimulus that drives growth. On top of that, slow tempo sets take forever. A set of 10 at 6 seconds per rep is a full minute of continuous effort. And when a set drags on that long, you'll often hit a wall. Not because your muscles are close to failure, but because you're out of breath. Your body is uncomfortable, and you just want the set to end. So you rack the weight at rep 8 when you had 4 or 5 more reps in the tank. You stopped because of general fatigue or discomfort, not because your muscles were actually challenged. And a set that ends that far from failure doesn't do much for muscle growth. And there's another problem with slow reps. When you deliberately slow down the lifting phase, you're limiting how much force your muscles produce. And when your body senses that it doesn't need to produce much force, it doesn't bother recruiting all of your available muscle fibers. But when you try to move the bar explosively, with real intent to accelerate, your nervous system responds by recruiting more motor units and by sending them a stronger signal to produce force. Even if the bar doesn't actually move quickly because the weight is heavy, just the intent to be explosive causes your body to activate more muscle fibers than it would on a slow, controlled rep. So what does this actually look like in practice? Every rep has 2 phases. The eccentric phase, that's the lowering portion, and the concentric phase, that's the lifting portion, and they should be performed completely differently. The concentric phase, the part where you actually lift the weight, should be performed with maximum force and intent to accelerate. You're trying to push or pull as hard as you possibly can while maintaining good form. But the eccentric phase should be controlled. Aim for about 2 to 3 seconds on the way down. This isn't about going slow for the sake of it. It's about maintaining tension on the muscle throughout the lift. The eccentric part of the lift is where the muscle slowly lengthens under load. That weighted stretch on the muscle creates the stimulus for muscle growth, so you want to maximize it. A slow eccentric also reduces the risk of injuries like sprains, muscle tears, and joint issues. Let's walk through what this looks like on a few movements. On the bench press, lower the bar to your chest in about 2 seconds, under control. Then drive it off your chest as hard and as fast as you can. The concentric part of the lift should take less than a second. On the squat, descend into the hole in about 2 to 3 seconds, staying tight the whole way down. Then explode out of the bottom. Drive your feet through the floor as hard as you can. This is where your glutes and quads produce the most force, and explosive intent out of the hole is what builds real squat strength. On the barbell row, let the bar hang for a moment at full arm extension, then pull it into your body as fast as you can, squeezing your back at the top. Then, lower the bar back down in 2 seconds in a controlled manner. You'll feel your lats engage in a way that slow rows never achieve. Now, there is an important caveat. If you're a beginner who's still learning how to perform these movements, slow and controlled reps are actually fine for the first few months. When you're still building the motor patterns and figuring out your form, slowing things down helps you stay safe and learn the movement correctly. But once you can perform an exercise with proper form without thinking about it, once the motor pattern is automatic, that's when you should switch to explosive concentric reps. You've graduated from the learning phase, and now it's time to train for results. One more thing worth clarifying. Explosive intent does not mean sloppy reps. You're not bouncing the bar off your chest on bench press. You're not using momentum to swing barbell rows. You're not doing a half-rep squat because you're trying to move fast. Full range of motion, tight form, controlled on the way down, and explosive on the way up. That's the formula. To track whether this approach is actually making you stronger over time, use Bench. Bench is free to download and use, and it keeps a full history of every set you perform for every exercise in your workouts, so you can see your strength trend up over time. Bench also automatically tracks your multi-rep maxes for every exercise, so you can easily track your progression at higher rep ranges. Bench also automatically calculates your volume breakdown for each muscle group and for each exercise, so you don't have to calculate anything manually. It's the perfect tool for lifters who want to get the most out of every rep. Bench is completely free to download and use and is available on both iOS and Android. I'll leave a link in the description so you can download the app. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you, hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this.